Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of No Gas Crypto. I know you're excited. I could feel it through the computer. Check it out. I have a very important message for you guys today. Um, when you are investing in these NFT projects, like I always tell you guys, like pretty much the common theme is do not FOMO into these projects without doing your due diligence and having time to think. And what happened today with a certain project that we're going to talk about in a little bit is the project just dropped yesterday, and today some extremely unfortunate news was released about the founder. Basically, it was found that he is a misogynist, and he was exposed on Twitter. They had some receipts. They pulled up pretty much like 10 tweets to confirm it, and he was responding to somebody in the tweet. So it's kind of hard to make it up. I'm sure people from the community are gonna back him because they're bag holders and they don't want to believe that the project is gonna go bad, and they're gonna do whatever they can to salvage the project. But the truth of the matter is, guys, when you're buying into these projects, negative press is detrimental to a project. And I have another project that I'm going to bring up. You guys might know what I'm talking about, but if not, you're going to find out of a project that did face negative PR, and they pretty much never recovered. I mean, their floor is not bad. It's not the worst, but it's a shadow of what it formerly was, and this would have been a project that would have been about 2 Ethereum or better right now. So, in the stock world, let's just say Apple, let's say Microsoft, let's say Amazon, something bad happens. A couple years ago, there was someone like food poisoning incident in Chipotle, and the stock dropped. But guess what? It bounced back. These are actually the best times to buy stocks when there's negative press, because if they're like a blue chip stock, the price is going to go up. That's just going to negatively impact the stock and put it at a discount for a couple of days, maybe a week or something. But the stock is, if it's a strong company, a Fortune 500 company, the stock is going to bounce back. So people often look for these negative coverages with blue chip stocks, and they take advantage and they buy on a discount. So I wanted to see if that was going to articulate into the NFT world, and sadly it doesn't. You know what I mean? This is a different facet, and in that context, when a project has something negative to it attached to it, it doesn't go well, especially if it has to do with racism or women's rights. You know what I mean? Which are the cases for these two projects. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, we're gonna take a look at the floor. It's 0.278. This minted yesterday, and the mint was going crazy. There was a lot of volume on this, as there should have been. It was a hype project, and the floor was around 0.6. Now it's 0.278. So when I first discovered the news, what happened was I went on OpenSea in the morning like I normally do, and that was when I saw that the price was around 0.58, 0.59. And literally like an hour or two later, I discovered the floor was like 0.13. Now they definitely ate the floor up from that point, because it just appeared like the greatest discount of all time. People didn't understand why. But I did some research, and if you go on Twitter, that's the fastest spread of information. And I clearly understood what the problem was. And needless to say, I wanted no part of this project after that, because I know this is something that's going to affect the project forever. I'm going to get into the tweets in a second. I just want to show you guys that the volume has not really subsided. To be honest with you, there's still people buying. Okay, now it's subsided. There's something wrong with OpenSea, because there were definitely people buying a lot. The volume was high. There was a lot of buy pressure. Nah, see, OpenSea bugs out sometimes. There's volume. People are still buying. These could be people who are bag holders, and now they're devastated they paid the high, and they're just trying to average down their cost. These are people who still believe in the project and think this project has an opportunity to come back, which I can't blame them for. They have strong conviction. And this could be people who have not minted, and they didn't want to spend 0.6 because they were priced out. So they just see this as a better opportunity to enter into the project. Whatever the case may be, that's completely up to those guys. This guy right here does not want to touch this shit. And I would highly advise anybody, although I'm not a financial advisor, I wouldn't touch this project. Whether it does great, whether it hits 2E, 3E, 4E, it doesn't matter. That is going to stain the project forever. Do you understand that the founder was saying that he had a collab coming out with World of Women, which is a very highly regarded NFT project? And the woman's lead and that narrative, that's like the top dog. And that forever will be the top dog, because it's the OG. You know what I mean? Whatever comes out of it, nothing's going to mimic the success of what WoW had. Put it like that. It's going to be a staple in the NFT world forever. The same way a VFriend, the same way a Neo Tokyo is, the same way a Coolcat is, the same way a Cyberkong is, the same way a Bored Ape Yacht Club and a Punk. Sorry, I just wanted to name as many as I can so nobody felt left out there. If I left you out, sorry. But, yeah, so I don't know, guys. It's not looking good for this project, and that's really all I could say. To be honest with you, it's a done deal. Now let me go over to the Twitter, the Beings. So we're gonna go down and take a look. And it looked like your man's, the founder was copping the plea, talking about if you are out there and you have messed up in your past and have done shameful things, you are not a throwaway. Use me as an example. You don't have to identify with your past. And I guess he was using this anecdote as a way to supplement his wrongdoings and kind of take the blame, but at the same time just beg for forgiveness. I guess you could go down that way. That probably is the best way to go about doing it, and I don't blame him for doing it. You got to be humble, and you got to admit defeat, and you know, hopefully it gets you past everything. But look, Jay, they're talking about the next project. I don't want to dive too deep into this. All right, I'll pull up the tweet. Let's look at what he was saying. I hate women. Women don't deserve Wi-Fi. Sounds like some girl was breaking his heart at that point, right? That's what it sounds like to me. 2021, let's take away women voting. Man was made first, and out of woman rib, woman came as a helper to man. That was a little confusing, right? Hit woman with love. Women don't have rights. What real women are for. If you don't hate women, you are a simp. I guess most of the world is a simp then, right? These are some very, 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 very strong suggestions, ideologies, and beliefs, guys. Well, he's wild in talking about this. Somebody pulled his card. Like the next day, less than 24 hours after his project minted, his card was pulled. We're not feeling this guy no more. What's his name? Kyle.eth. Another thing about this, if you was to look at the website, it says that he's been in business for 10 years, and the man is 22 years old. He's a boy. So that means he was doing this since 12 years old. What, in junior high school? What was he selling? Candy bars, sneakers, lemonade? Somebody explain this to me. I don't know. Fraud to me. I'm not feeling this project. That's all I'm going to say about it. Guys, if you like the project and want to buy it, that's on you. I just seen too many red flags right there. Now, to get back to the other project, which was the original project that had some bad news shed on it, it's obviously Jungle Freaks for those that don't know. So I'm going to go on Jungle Freaks by Trossley. Trossley, the artist, he worked for Hustler Magazine, very famous artist, highly regarded in the artist community, been around for years. His son is the one who spearheaded this project, and his dad hand drew all of these 10,000 NFTs, and I really respect that. That must have took tremendous amount of time. I was in the Discord before they minted, and there was progress being put out by the son all the time, and I have a lot of respect for what he did with this project. If you look at the floor, it is 0.38 Ethereum. OpenSea is going to probably say something else. Oh, no, it's right for a change. Okay, good. Toodles to you, OpenSea. But this was a project that was on its way to being considered a blue chip, and it should have been like 2 Ethereum or better right now. You know, it was above 1 Ethereum. It was a hyped up project after mint and before mint, and this was on its way. Everybody loved the community, strong community. Still is a strong community. A lot of diamond hand individuals. As you can see, the holder count to the total item count, it's about 50%. And what happened was somebody pulled Trossley's card. You know, they pulled up some old comics of him having rather racist ideology. Now, they were saying it was satire. He apologized. He tried to clear everything up. But listen, look at the floor. The floor reflects on what the people believe and the overall sentiment and consensus is, and it's 0.38 Ethereum. Let's look at the chart. This is when it came out. I don't know, the average sale to me, the average sale was 0.83. Nah, this definitely had a vibe to it that it was above 1 Ethereum. You know what I mean? And then things just kind of crashed down. At the lowest point, I remember they were like in the they might have been in the teens, 0.18 or something. The community definitely was strong. They definitely had Trossley's back, and they brought up a lot. You know what I mean? And they got that floor back up to above 0.3 rather fast. Now, you know, it's creeping up 0.38. I think they got some new things coming out, but you know, people don't forget. Let me show you what's going on with what had happened. What I gotta type in? I think I gotta type in Jungle Freaks racist. And it's unfortunate, guys, because a lot of times I'll see a Jungle Freaks tweet or something, and someone always jumps in and goes, hey, isn't the guy racist? Isn't the guy racist? So that's what I'm saying. You're always going to have to deal with this annoyance of someone jumping in and trying to FUD your project. And that's just what it is. You know, you can't avoid it. So imagine with the beings, that misogynist shit is always gonna come to light. Look what he did. Listen, I'm not gonna give my opinion. Everybody's gonna have their own opinion, but there's other comics that are just like this. They had like 3 or 4 other ones. There's no need for me to show you guys. You know, if you want to do some research and see the other ones, that's on you. But doesn't look good. You know what I mean? Doesn't look good. I mean, listen. Whether you agree that it was racist or just satire, or you agree that it was something that he did in his past life when he was a lot younger and he matured and that should not have been carried into the NFT world, let's just agree on one thing. The floor would not be .38 had that news not been revealed. That's one thing that we could all agree on. And if you're gonna try to challenge me on that, you know, hop in the comments and we could take it to a private discussion. Okay? Listen. That's the end of what I had to say about that. I'm not gonna make this video too long. And yeah, guys, do your due diligence whenever you're aping into a project. Unfortunately, there are certain things that are out of your control. Who would have ever thought that Trostley would have had something from his past life come back to bite him? Who would have thought that Kyle there would have had something from a year ago, tweets from a year ago, come back to bite him? I don't know why he didn't delete them, or I don't know why people, if they're gonna put out an NFT project, they need to think, yo, what can somebody use to blackmail me or slander me or something from my past, and try to rectify it or address the situation before it happens. You know what I mean? Do something about it. Whatever the case may be, what I would tell you is this. Once again, if you give a project maybe a month and a half, 2 months, the longer a project is out, especially if a project is successful, that's when people start coming for your neck. So if you see that a project is successful and it's went on for a little while, chances are it's in the green and there's really no dirt that can be said about anybody, any members of the team or anything like that. But there's always going to be people, whether they're hating or whatever, they're hating the success of an NFT project, someone's always going to come out there and expose you if they have something to expose you about. And the fastest spread of information is Twitter. So when that gets on Twitter, it gets out there and it goes global, man. I'm telling you. That's just what it is. But yeah, man, thanks. I hope this video was informative. This was another one with No Gas Crypto. You know, I keep getting them bangers out to you guys. And I hope you appreciate the information that I gave. Catch you next time. Thank you, guys.